Lena, can we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Linus,
Here.
Vice Mayor Altamirano, and Mayor Gumedo.
Here. Thank you. Do we have any public comment?
No public comment.
Thank you. So we'll move to recess to closed session. Lena, what will we'll be covering during closed session?
There is one item on agenda, conference with legal counsel regarding anticipated potential litigation, one matter.
Thank you, and we'll now reconvene to closed session. Thank you.
Certainly, Mr. Mayor, and let the record reflect that Councilmember Rebollo joined the City Council in closed session. So with the 4 members of the City Council present today, present in closed session, the City Council met to discuss item number 1, conference with legal counsel. City staff made a presentation. City Council provided direction. No final reportable action was taken. And that completes my report out of closed session. Thank you.
Thank you, legal counsel. And at this time, we're going to call the regular city council meeting to order. Lena, can we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Lainez,
Here.
Councilmember Reboyer, Vice Mayor Altamirano,
Here.
and Mayor Guimeda.
Here. And could I please ask everybody to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance by our Transportation Director, Mr. McFerguson, and please remain standing for the invocation, and I'll be doing the invocation. Thank you.
And put your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As we gather today, let us reflect on the strength of our small, united community. In a place where everyone knows each other, we understand the importance of helping one another, offering support, and working together for the common good. Though we may have differences, different ideas, and viewpoints, it is our shared commitment to the well-being of the city that connects us. May we approach our work with respect, understanding, and a sense of collaboration, knowing that by lifting each other up, we make our community stronger. Together, we can achieve more. Everyone we serve, thank you. And we are going to appearances and presentations. Item number 1, proclamation declaring September 2024 as Deaf Awareness Month in the City of Commerce. Great.
Good evening, Mayor and members of City Council. Greg Alanis, Director of Parks and Recreation. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak today about an important topic, deaf awareness. But before we go any farther, I would like to introduce to you a member of our Disabilities Access and Opportunity Commission, our chairperson, Elizabeth Del Carmen Martinez. Thank you for joining us. Deaf awareness is essential in fostering inclusivity and understanding in our community.
Great.
It's not just about...
Can
sorry.
we interrupt you for 1 second?
Absolutely.
There you go. Now we can see.
Absolutely. No, thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Please proceed, please.
Yes, thank you. Deaf awareness is essential in fostering inclusivity and understanding in our community. It's not just about recognizing the challenges that individuals who deaf or hard of hearing face, but also about celebrating the rich culture, language, and contributions of the deaf community. Creating an environment where everyone can fully participate regardless of their ability to hear is key to building a strong, supportive community. The Disability Access and Opportunity Commission remains committed to ensuring that all members of the community have equitable access to resources and opportunities. This includes making sure our public services, events, and communications are accessible to all. In that spirit, I would like to acknowledge someone who played a critical role in making communication accessible during one of the most challenging times in our history, the COVID-19 pandemic. Neil Cordova, a former Commerce resident, Aquatics Program alumni, and co-founder of Pro Bono ASL Interpreting Agency, worked as an interpreter for the county during the pandemic. He ensured that vital information was accessible to the deaf community, helping to bridge the gap in a time of uncertainty. His efforts are a powerful reminder of why deaf awareness is so important. I am honored to have Neil Cordova interpreting this speech tonight, ensuring that his presentation is accessible to everyone in the audience. His presence here reflects the ongoing commitment to inclusivity, accessibility in the City of Commerce. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Neil Cordova.
I'm gonna speak this part because signing and speaking is like two languages at the same time, so it's kind of hard to do. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be here today. COVID-19 was definitely a hard time for everybody, and it kind of reminded me of why I do what I do, which is to ensure that everyone in the community has that access to such vital information. It was cool to be on TV and cool to see family members and everyone and see me and be proud of me, but at the same time, we need to remember that what I was signing was the same information being said, which was very heavy, very important, and at times very sad and scary information. So as an interpreter, I have the job to make sure that all the information is out there being accessed by anyone who needs it. When it comes to events and social media, I think sometimes we don't really remember that we need to be captioning our social media videos. It still happens all the time. I would probably recommend for us to let's amp that up a little bit. Make sure that anything that we put out to the public has subtitles at minimum. It's always called 100% access when you have both the captions and the interpreter, because in the ASL community, within the deaf community, there are different levels of people understanding the language. Some people are immigrants to this country, and ASL is American Sign Language. Some people have their own sign language, come here and have to learn sign language. So a lot of times they can't read the subtitles, they might only read their own language. So having an interpreter there gives that 100% access, and to make sure that all events, even community events, can be participated in. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be here, and yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Greg, thank you, Mr. Cordova. Appreciate your comments here today and sharing that with us. That's a obviously very interesting perspective from where you're viewing and your experiences, and we certainly appreciate that. Thank you very much for the presentation. I did have a proclamation of the City Council this evening, and I'll go ahead and read it. The proclamation of the City Council of the City of Commerce proclaiming September 2024 as Deaf Awareness Month in the City of Commerce. Whereas the City of Commerce recognizes the importance of fostering inclusivity, understanding, and respect for all residents, regardless of their abilities. And whereas Deaf Awareness Month is an opportunity to promote awareness and understanding of the challenges faced by deaf and hard of hearing community, as well as to celebrate their culture, language, and contributions to society. And whereas there are an estimated 48 million individuals in the United States who are deaf of hearing, and it is essential that communities, businesses, and institutions support efforts to increase access to education, communication, and public services for these individuals. Whereas the City of Commerce is committed to ensuring that our programs, services, and activities are accessible to all residents, and that we actively work to remove barriers for those who are deaf of hearing. And whereas the City of Commerce Disability Access and Opportunity Commission promotes greater awareness, programs, and services to assist those with special needs, and actively works to create opportunities for all individuals regardless of their disabilities. Whereas by recognizing September as Deaf Awareness Month, we aim to raise awareness, encourage conversations, and promote actions that support the inclusion and empowerment of deaf and hard of hearing community in our city. Now therefore, the City Council of the City of Commerce hereby proclaims September 2024 as Deaf Awareness Month in the City of Commerce, and encourages all residents, businesses, and community organizations to support this effort by learning more about deaf culture, promoting accessibility, and fostering inclusivity in all aspects of life. Signed this 24th day of September 2024, and that will be signed by myself, Mayor of the City of Commerce, and of course, the support of all members of the City Council. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'd like to thank our councilwoman for, I know you were the one who brought the commission years ago, I think. You were very instrumental in bringing the City of Commerce Disability and Access and Opportunity Commission. I commend you and thank you for that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate your presentation today. And I understand item number 2 will be continuing to the next meeting. Thank you. And that takes us to the consent calendar, items 3, pardon me?
No public comment. I didn't receive any
Oh,
comments.
sorry, I just ran right through it. Nothing? No public comment, thank you. So yeah, it takes us to consent calendar, items 3 through 10. Let's go 3 through 9, because I believe we may have some committee appointments. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 through 8. Yeah. Is there a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion to approve items 3 through 8. Any objections?
I'll second.
Oh, sorry. We have a motion and a second. Is there any objections? Seeing none, motion passes. All items have been passed. And we'll move to the scheduled matters, and that'll take us to item number 9. Presentation and update from the Sheriff's Department of Public Safety in the City of Commerce. Sergeant Duarte, please.
Good afternoon, Mayor and council members. I'll be providing an updated public safety report for the City of Commerce. On the first slide, you're going to see a commerce crime trend. On this crime trend, you could see that it's very sporadic. It's not one single area on this time. Multiple areas. The day of the week that's the most busiest on this, from September 1st through September 15, is going to be on Sunday. There was 15 incidents reported then. The time of the day of the incidents reporting time is going to be about 9 a.m. in the morning. That's going to be the map. On the next slide, I'll give you from January 1st through September 21st. For the City of Commerce, aggravated assaults, we had 8. Robberies, we had 5. Burglaries, we had 9. Other thefts, 50. Auto thefts, 25. And 1 arson. And I will give you a little breakdown of those stats. Robberies, we had 5. 1 was armed. 4 were other by force or fear. The 9 burglaries were 3 during the nighttime, 3 during the day, and 50 other thefts. 27 were grand theft, which means greater than $950. 7 were from the vehicles. 16 were petty thefts under $950. And I will go to the next slide. This is a breakdown in comparison to other cities from September 1st through September 21st. Commerce had 8 assaults, 5 robberies, 9 burglaries, 50 other thefts, auto thefts 25, and 1 arson. Cudahy had 6 assaults, 2 burglaries, 6 other thefts, 6 auto thefts. Maywood had 7 assaults, 3 robberies, 3 burglaries, 13 other thefts, 7 auto thefts. East LA had 24 assaults, 8 robberies, 12 burglaries, 58 other thefts, 43 auto thefts, and 0 arsons. On the next slide, I'll go over Commerce activities. On September 12th, Public Safety, Bell Gardens Police Department, and East LA deputies participated in the Neighborhood Watch meeting hosted at 6300 Emil. On September 14, deputies provided security for the Fiestas Patrias event at Briscoe Park. We had no issues there. On September 16, Public Works, El Salcido, and deputies cleared up encampment on Goodrich. Code enforcement and deputies contacted a food vendor located on Garfield, north of Slauson. Educational resources regarding street vending were provided. On September 17, Public Safety and deputies participated in Business Watch located at 4900 Sombrano Street. Encampment on Caltrans property, Garfield and Telegraph, was cleared by Caltrans. On September 18, public safety and deputies participated in coffee with public safety and deputies hosted at Arco gas station. Public Works assisted deputies with clearing of 4 shopping carts located on Eastern and Randolph. On September 21st, deputies assisted code enforcement with street vending located at Goodrich Boulevard between Grace Place and Olympic Boulevard. And on the next slide, I'll go over some major incidents. On September 15, in the 2500 block of Senta, a call for service was received regarding gunshots heard in the area. 3 residents were struck by gunfire. The incident is still being investigated by detectives. Additionally, on the same day, a gunshot victim call was received for the 5600 block of Whittier Boulevard. The victim was struck once in the leg above her knee. Victim was transported to hospital and listed in stable condition. The incident appears to be gang-related. The incident occurred on the south sidewalk of Whittier Boulevard, which is the East LA jurisdiction and not Commerce. On the next slide, I'll show you some photographs of the incidents that I mentioned previously. Coffee with deputies, public safety, neighborhood watch meeting, and business watch. On the next slide, I'll provide some photographs of Public Works working to clear up some of our encampments on Goodrich. As you can see, that Goodrich one is a very common one. And then the Eastern and Randolph location with the shopping carts. On the next slide, you'll see code enforcement with deputies on this Saturday. Goodrich had been a location where a lot of more street vendors were selling numerous items. So went out there, gave them educational services, advising them the rules, regulations for the City of Commerce. All were understanding. We'll continue to monitor that location. On the next slide, I'll give you a commerce arrest and pardon the dates at the top. It's going to be September 1st through September 21st. We have 15 felony arrests, 24 misdemeanor arrests. 5 are stolen vehicles, 1 is for arson, 8 theft arrests, and 1 robbery. Those are just a few of the arrests. On the next slide, I'll be going over upcoming activities. Please join us at the next Neighborhood Watch meeting, 5000 Astro on September 26th at 6 p.m. And we will also be participating at the Citadel Cleanup event on October 5th at 6 a.m. Now I'll open it for any questions.
Is there any comments or questions? Councilmember Linus?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Sergeant, for the presentation. A couple things. I think the incident on September 15th actually happened on Leo Avenue, not Senta.
Oh.
There was a Grand Theft Auto on Senta, though, about a week ago. But I do want to talk about just auto thefts in general, and also our ALPRs. You know, when we did the implementation of the ALPRs, you know, we talked about getting some type of like metrics or performance kind of indicators to kind of understand the impact that these tools are having in the community. And, you know, I look at just auto thefts in general, right? 25 auto thefts in September, that's more than 1 a day. If you look at it yearly, I think it's over 600. I did kind of like quick math right now, but obviously it happens, you know, seems to be kind of like a nightly occurrence. So I know the ALPRs were brought in to help combat things like auto theft, because most of the times when people come in to commit crime, they're coming in on a stolen vehicle, right? So I would hope that we would be able to detect them and do something to catch those criminals, or even prevent the crime before it happens, right? So we talked about getting performance metrics into the report, and I know we wanted to give some time just to, you know, tweak the configuration and really understand the data. At what point will we get there where we can start to see and start to quantify the investment that we made with the ALPRs, the automated license plate readers, for those who don't know?
Yeah, for the cameras, I could provide a report for the next council meeting.
Okay.
I could give it from when we started to where we're at now.
Yeah, and what I really want to understand is it driving results, right?
Yeah.
You know, I know there's been more activity. We've been making more arrests because there are vehicles that come in through the city, and sometimes it's vehicles that are stolen from other places or associated with crimes that are in other cities. But as it relates to the city of Commerce, right? Like, how is this helping this community? And that's what I would like to understand.
Got it, sir.
Okay. Those are my comments, Mayor. Thank you, Sergeant. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. And just as a follow-up, I know we've had this discussion on the very same topic, and only because there's an increase of activity throughout the community related to some of these stolen vehicles that somehow end up here in Commerce, of course. And it was about putting some sort of, information that we wanted to get out to the community. I mean, we got good news. We've installed these. We're getting good results in terms of vehicles that are stolen being recovered, but for the most part, the community doesn't know what's taking place. They just view it as, what's this increased, activity? It seems like things are getting worse. We've installed these license plate readers. We're getting good results, but they don't know about it. And so in one of the meetings that we had this last discussion, and maybe the same topic here, we also talked about doing something about making sure that we inform the community so that they know what's going on. It's not that you're seeing increased activity. I mean, it's increased activity, but it's as a result of actions that we've taken to try to address some of these stolen vehicles and that sort of thing. So I'd like to see what we're going to be doing with regards to that, and that may be for our city manager. So we'll follow up with you on that with regards to what the game plan is related to that. Thank you. And Councilwoman Reboy? Oh, okay, great. Sarge, thank you. Appreciate your report today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And that takes us to the committee and commission appointments. Lena?
We have a vacancy on the Youth Commission as Vice Mayor Altamirano appointment.
I'm going to appoint Jalen Ramirez.
Okay. Any other appointments?
Okay, great. And that concludes the agenda items that we have. At this time, we'll move to City Council reports. I'll start to my left, Councilwoman De Boyo.
Thank you. I'll start by thanking the library services for the college fair this past Saturday. I was able to walk around for a little bit. I was a little disappointed that there wasn't a wide variety of colleges presented, but I know it didn't have to do with us, other than colleges not having, I guess, staff available to come and set up their tables. And so I was hoping to see more colleges represented, but I know that it wasn't on our end. Also loved the fact that there was trade tech, the presentation of trade tech. I think that we sometimes forget that there are other pathways for success that don't necessarily always mean just college. So it was really nice to know that that we had a component to let our youth know that there's also the trades, and I'm hoping that in the future, right, and I spoke to Evelyn about this, and we're hoping to do something that in the future we partner more with our trades, especially since we have IBEW here, so that they can come in and really attract those scholars that not necessarily want to do the path of college. So but thank you for the college fair. It was well attended, and so thank you for that. That's it. I wanted to thank Neil Cordova, I think his name is, for coming today. I know that he's born and raised here, member of our water polo program, and just to see the great things that he has been doing with helping the ASL community has been really amazing. And to know that he comes from the City of Commerce is, there's no bigger pride than that, right? Than to, and I watched him a few times during COVID, and even now when he's interpreting either for the sheriff or for county, and it's just, that moment of pride where my heart, kind of bursts, because we know that he's a product of this community. And like him, we have so many amazing people that have come out of Commerce, just doing amazing things throughout our county, throughout the state, throughout the nation, So thank you to Neil. And just kind of as a reminder for the department, just to make sure that we're keeping a calendar of all the awareness days that we're going to celebrate, to make sure that we are, celebrating them at the beginning of the month, so we have the whole month to provide resources. And I know in the past there's been partnership with the library, where the library would put up a section of books, or I know one year we even did like a Saturday where we provided ASL classes. And I think that we need to start thinking outside the box again, to make sure that we are truly being inclusive of the community as a whole. And then I know we would light up our city hall according to the colors, and I don't think that happened. So if we could just make sure that we keep notes of those things, and maybe even if you give us a calendar of the year I know the awareness days because I've worked in the special needs community, but I think it would be good for all of us to have it. But thank you again to the community watching and here. Thank you for coming out to the council meeting. And, just take your vitamins out there. It's still the flu and those bugs are still going around. I think the pollen is crazy right now. So, thank you to everyone that's here. Thank you to our employees, to our safety personnel, and, to the community as a whole. Take care of each other, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilmember Linus?
Thank you, Mayor. Councilwoman, vitamins are important, so thank you for highlighting that. Just a couple things. One, I wanted to thank the Parks and Recreation Department for putting together the Fiestas Patrias event at Bristol Park on September 14th. I know, it was an audible that was called, and there wasn't a lot of time to put that together. And I know there were some challenges with the facility, right? I think the water got shut off about an hour before the event. But overall, I thought it was great. I really liked the layout. I really loved the performances. And I really appreciate the departments that really helped put this together, because, I'm here thinking parks, right? And I appreciate you accepting the challenge and meeting it and exceeding it in many cases. But I also want to thank Public Works, Public Safety, transportation with the shuttles, library with Loteria, and some of the other things that they did out there. I think it was a wonderful event. And, I know my youngest son, Milo, had a great time hitting the piñata and grabbing some candy. I didn't hit the piñata myself, but I did want to. I just missed it. But overall, it was a good time. And I do want to, commend the performances by our performing arts groups, but I really want to single out Ballet Folklorico for their amazing series of performances throughout the day. They did something right at the beginning of the event, and then after El Grito, they had another performance, I think, with their senior group. And I really just want to acknowledge them for such a great performance, and they really showed up and, just impressed everyone. So thank you to them, and Ariadna Cervantes Lopez and the groups just doing a great job. So thank you for that. I also went to the Commerce to College Fair on Saturday. I think it was really well put together. I think it was well attended. I really liked the layout, just having the booths for the different educational institutions. And, to Councilwoman Rebollo's point, it was good to see some vocational schools out there. And I know there was an effort to bring out IBEW to be a part of that fair, but I know they may have just not had the staff or the proper planning to actually do that. But overall, I thought it was great. I had fun. It seemed like the kids and the parents really enjoyed it. And whenever you can get a teenager to get up early on a Saturday morning, right, to do something educational, right, something that doesn't involve like video games or sports, it's always, commendable. So really appreciate the library department and everybody else who put that together. Lastly, I did want to talk about public safety just in our community. As I mentioned during the sheriff's report, somebody on my street got their car stolen last week. And, I hear about these auto thefts and just like incidents, and I know it's happening all over, but, there's still something that we should be doing here. And I don't know if it's because it's really easy to get in and out of our city, right? Because we have wide streets and we're close to the freeway. But, you know, we really have to be proactive and take steps to combat against, you know, crime here in the city. And I know it's increasing all over, but all the more reason to be proactive. And, you know, we've talked about strategic initiatives that we want to do, but I'm not exactly sure where we are with some of the things that we've talked about in the past. So I'm asking my colleagues here for consensus, if maybe we can just get an update in the next meeting to review what we have pending from an implementation standpoint in the next 6 months, just so we understand that there is movement, because public safety is a priority for everybody here. But I want to make sure that it's a focus too, right? And I know it is, but I just want to know where things stand, because we've talked about, you know, trailers and just different technologies and just some of the things that we've talked about. I just want to make sure that we're getting the results and we're actually executing on some of the things that we've talked about. So if everyone's okay with it, can we agendize this for the next meeting just to get a quick update on what we have from an implementation standpoint over the next 6 months from a public safety standpoint? Sounds like we do, right? So
Should be fine.
okay. So I think with that, that concludes my report, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Mayor?
Thank you, Mayor. So this weekend I attended the 19th annual shopping where they have the fundraisers for the like Aguas Calientes. And in this case, I was supporting Aguas Calientes. So it was well attended. A lot of people buying raffles and all that, raffle tickets. All that goes to the nonprofits of your choosing. And there's a lot of prizes. I'm not sure if any of you got
This
to
was
attend
the Citadel event?
Citadel on Saturday. So yeah, we had bought a few tickets from Damaris from Aguas Calientes. So I'm glad. I wish them luck in raising more money for their good cause of what they do. I just wanted to say congratulations to Jalen Ramirez. She was excited about being on the youth commission. She turned in her application probably a few months ago. So I'm excited about that, see what she's going to be doing there. Also, I've been getting a lot of calls about the red curves on Commerce Way and other areas in the city. So just wanted to let the community know that it's being addressed, it's being assessed by our staff, and they are going to be shortening some of the red curves or the red painting to what it used to be. But we'll have updates through our city manager soon. And also, I've been hearing a lot of good stuff out there. I know we're in campaign season. For me, it doesn't really look like campaign season. Everything's been pretty positive. However, I just wanted to say good luck to both of my colleagues. Wish you both luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your report, and I'll try to be quick because most of this is going to be redundant. But of course, a big shout out to Parks and Recreation and everybody involved in making that event so successful. It was great, absolutely great turnout, and as you stated, our performing arts folks really brought that whole event to life. All of the parents, we had a huge turnout. And part of it was, of course, all of the parents and all those individuals to come and see their kids perform, and they didn't disappoint. It was absolutely fabulous. So again, thank you to everybody for putting that whole event together in a very short period of time and making it into what it turned out to be. And it was great, despite the different little problems that were there. But hey, you got through it. You made the adjustments, and you made it a big success. So thank you to all of you for a great success. Of course, our sergeant reported on the coffee with the deputies. Thank you. That seemed to be a very good event. I thought, different people were stopping by, whether they were members of the residents, some of our commissioners were there, and also just members of the business community that stopped in at ARCO were gassing up, and they took time to, hey, what's going on? And they would go over there and inquire and get information. And of course, they enjoyed their cup of coffee over there. So anyways, thank you to everybody in attendance there. The Commerce to College Fair, I got there a little bit late. I had something scheduled that morning there, but I did stop by, and it was a little bit towards the end. But I did get to see the whole layout. I did like the way you made good use of all of the space that you had and the different sessions that you put together. You made great use of it. I kind of went around and got a little bit of the end of some of the presentations there, and I just thought it was good. It was good to see that fair, the college fair back, bringing it back, and I look forward to seeing what we'll do with it in the future. There were some recommendations that were made that I think were good, particularly the IBEW. I think would be a great addition to that. So we'll see how things look in the future. But thank you for continuing to take on some of these requests or bringing back some of the things that we've been done in the past, and kind of thinking and redoing it in a different way. I know we've done it before over at Veterans Park, but it wasn't available, and you made use of the resources that you had available to you, and I think you used them. You did well. You did a great job. So I commend all of you for the great job you did. That concludes my report. So I am all done. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Those that are here in the audience, we appreciate you being here for our meeting. And that concludes our meeting for today. We are now adjourned. Thank you.